Drug dealers don't card. The criminal enforcement of marijuana prohibition has inadvertently made it easier for kids to buy pot. Ask any advocate of marijuana prohibition why they oppose legalization, and you will almost always receive the same response. Keeping pot illegal keeps it out of the hands of children. In fact, according to the White House Office of National Drug Control Policy, the primary reason pot is outlawed today is to prevent young people from trying it. Unfortunately, America's cannabis policies do not achieve this goal. According to the University of Michigan at Ann Arbor, which has tracked data on teen pot use since the mid-70s, more than 85% of teenagers say that marijuana is fairly easy or very easy to get. Shockingly, this percentage has not significantly changed in over 30 years, despite the government's increased emphasis on marijuana law enforcement arrests and interdiction efforts over the past 2 decades. What has changed? Government surveys indicate that teens are now trying cannabis at younger and younger ages. Something else has changed over the past 3 decades, too. Tellingly, more teenagers now claim it is easier for them to purchase weed than beer or cigarettes. There is one primary reason for this trend. Drug dealers, since they are not acting legally as part of a regulated market, do not ask for IDs when they make sales to young people. Naturally, proponents of prohibition counter that number of teens smoking pot would inevitably be even higher if marijuana were regulated like alcohol. Perhaps, but not necessarily. After all, lifetime use of cannabis by Dutch citizens aged 12 and older is less than half of what it is in America, despite that country's far more liberal marijuana policies. Moreover, even in America, most young people who refrain from cannabis don't do so out of fear of the law or an inability to score. Rather, they choose not to use pot simply because they don't like feeling high. In other words, marijuana prohibition, or the lack thereof, plays little to no role in their decision.